What's going on? We're Ian and Lauren with the Seek First Adventure, and in this video we're gonna recap some of the work that we've been doing on the Airstream. As you can see, it's completely off the ground, no wheels, no axles, on jack stands. So we got some of that coming up, and we're gonna end it with a little announcement. Alright, I got some more of the side part of the belly pan off over here, and I think I found one of the worst sections, so that's gonna give me a good indication of kind of how the frame looks, how the outriggers look. So you can see here where it looks like the previous owner had a blowout and it tore up the underbody pretty bad. Sorry, my camera's going crazy. And it tore up this piece of belly pan pretty bad. And to fix it, pretty much all they did was take another sheet and just lay it over the top there, which did not do a great job. As you can see, the subfloor in here is absolutely rotted out. It's like bending down right here, so there's no structural support. This is supposed to be probably a little bit higher up, so the body's probably actually sagging on the frame because it's not being fully supported. And this piece of body sheet metal right here has way too many holes in it, so I'm probably gonna have to put another piece over the top of it to add some strength and integrity to it. I'm gonna do a little research on that, if that would be a good fix or not. But all in all, the outriggers don't look too bad. They definitely have rust on them, but they don't seem to be corroded to the point where we're losing a lot of metal. They're all pretty much still intact, and I think I'm going to be able to get away with, once I get a little bit closer in with them, maybe just replacing them. May not even have to do that, so pretty glad to see that stuff isn't actually too bad in there. The frame on the inside, it's kind of hard to see, but it doesn't look too bad either. So I think I'm going to be dodging a bullet when it comes to having to do too much frame repair, so I should be able to do everything myself here if I can just sand a lot of it, wire brush it all down, and then weld up any spots, maybe add a little bit of support, and then just put some Por 15 or another rust inhibitor paint over the top, and we should be good to go on that, so that's exciting. So the next big project I'm going to be working on is taking the wheel wells out. I have this side out already, so I wanted to do it to kind of figure it out so I didn't look like a complete idiot on camera. But I figured out a good way to get it out, how it all works, and it's relatively simple. So one of the biggest problems is just dealing with the subfloor, or if you have some like stuck rivets or anything like that in the trim piece that you have to worry about. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward, so we'll walk you through that. So we're going to be going from that one to that one, and that's something you got to take out to replace the subfloor, or if you're pulling the shell like I'm going to be doing. And the subfloor actually sandwiches in that C-channel that is attached to the wheel well. I'm going to be replacing my wheel wells because they have cracks all in them. It looks like there was a blowout on I want to say both sides, just looking at the trim pieces and stuff, but we're going to be tearing those out, and it's all part of this full restoration project. Alright, so we're here on the outside, on the fender well side, and this is, the trim piece is actually two pieces. There's this outer rub rail, and you can see where they definitely hit something, whether it was a blowout or they rubbed something while driving or whatever. Both sides are damaged, and I haven't looked extensively, but so far I haven't been able to find replacement pieces for this, so this may be something that I need to try to, I don't know, just bend the metal back into the right shape. That's kind of tricky with aluminum. It doesn't always respond well to manipulation and beating on it with a hammer and stuff. It's a little bit more of just a softer metal, and it kind of, whenever it starts to get stretched back and forth a lot, it actually changes the molecular makeup of the aluminum. So hopefully I'll be able to find something. I'm going to pull this piece off. They use some just screws to put it in over here. is always awesome. It's not even in all the way. Oh, push it behind. Yep. There we go. So, looks like they're blocked by the tube here, so I may have to actually take that off. Okay, got that off, so now we're gonna pull the fender trim. So as you can see, that's kind of not how it's supposed to look, but hopefully I'll be able to find a replacement or fix it. Alright, and then this piece is actually a piece of C-channel, and that clamps the inner fender well to the body, and then you got the rivets holding that in place. So I'm just going to drill that out and then beat it up, just hammer it off the body, just down. Alright, new drill bit, take two. So, lesson learned today is that Ryobi drill bits, not that great. The drill works good, drill bits just break constantly apparently. I'm using not the ideal tool, but it works, but just a putty knife. This one came off a lot easier than the other side. Knock it off. There we go, and then you can see there that that is just a piece of C-channel. And this is actually in pretty good shape. I gotta get all the rivets off it, brush it, get all the corrosion off. And then that's totally good to reuse. Just the other trim piece that I need to try to figure out. So now we're gonna go to the inside. Alright, so we got the wheel well detached from the outside by drilling all the rivets out of the trim piece. The next step is to come inside and to just pull it up. In theory, it should come out pretty easy. There's just a little bit of subfloor that's kind of in the C-channels along the body line there, but the rest of it should come up with the wheel well. Again, in theory. You know how that goes, so we'll see what happens. And what do you know, it actually came out pretty easy. Surprising. things don't always go that easy. So our big projects today that we're working on are pulling the axles off of the frame, as well as getting the final tank, the gray tank, out. I've already got the black tank and the freshwater tank pulled out. I just got to get the gray tank as the last one, and then the frame will be pretty much all stripped down. There's a few other little spots, but yeah, it's going pretty good. So The Airstream is up on jack stands currently, and wheels are off the ground. We have 6 3-ton jacks as well as 4 additional stabilizer jacks just to make sure everything is super secure and safe. I don't want anything to happen or the frame to have any sort of tweaking or load put on it. So we got it really secure. I'm gonna pull this stuff all off today. The frame's looking awesome. So we got a lot of pretty intense projects coming up. So we're gonna just work on pulling the axles. Alright, so we got the wheels off, and here are the torsion axles. They're a little bit different than most axles that I'm familiar with because they actually have like the arm that comes off of the axle beam, and that's what articulates, so it's kind of strange, but perhaps it makes a better ride. Alright, so we got the wheels off and the axles are all exposed, so the next step is going to be to pull off this stabilizer piece, which just has some C-clips there, and then unbolt the shock from the frame, and then there's 2 big bolts that hold the axle itself on, and you just loosen those up and then it should come out. Everything's pretty rusted and old and stuff, so we're gonna spray down with some WD-40 and then get to work on pulling these out. Everything should come out pretty smoothly though. Yesterday I got the first axle out, and today I'm going to take the second one out. I have the other side already unbolted and just got to take out the 2 bolts to get this side out, and I have them supported by jacks so I can actually get the bolts out easier and then it'll just fall out, and then I lower them down on each side when it's time to bring it down, and it's pretty easy, so knock that out. And just like that, it's out. And next I'll pull out the gray tank because we gotta measure that to figure out if I'm gonna try to fix it or replace it. I'm probably gonna have to replace it, but you never know. And then throw away all the underbelly pans. So I gotta take measurements because I'm gonna have to build new ones. Those are all rusted out, so I'll have to get those fabricated. So, yep.
So what a babe. We're moving those axles. I couldn't do it. I tried helping, and I technically did help move them to the backyard, and I thought I was gonna die, and for like the following 3 days, my arms hurt. So, yay for strong men in our lives. So we are announcing our name for our Airstream. When we started talking about getting an Airstream, we were coming out of 7.5 years, basically our whole marriage, of us being in tension of knowing what to do. Sorry, there was a kid walking by. What to do with our life and how we wanted to live. Somebody wanted the American dream and somebody did not. And so after...
She won.
Yeah. So after 7.5 years of us going back and forth on which we were going to do, Ian actually decided, why don't we just live in an Airstream? And I was like, yes, please. And we decided to name her Jubilee as a celebration and a marking stone for where we are now and where we are to go. So this is Jubilee, and welcome her to the Miller family.
Yes, so that is pretty exciting. We got a name for her, and we're going to continue bringing you more videos. We're going to be doing videos every Friday. We missed last Friday. We tried to get this done, but it's really hard with kids. So we're going to be doing videos every Friday. We'd love for you to join our journey and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram. There's our handle below, and we also going to have our website up hopefully really soon. We've been working on it. We just need to get a little bit more content to really get it lined out and everything, and then it'll be coming up.
And again,
we have a kid playing with a shovel in the background.
Yeah.
So,
which is why there's not content for the website yet.
So thank you so much for watching our videos and following us, and look forward to more